Okay, first task today before we pop the engine in is to rivet in this panel.
I forgot I actually need to cut that corner out since we added that member there. I think we're ready to drop the engine in. One thing I haven't noticed is the massive tow hook is going to be in the way. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got it close enough, and then I've just popped a bolt in there and a bolt in there, and hopefully I can just pull it in. I can't actually believe it, but the engine's in. Another one to note is this structure for holding in the front of the engine is too long, and it's been a real pig to get on, so I think I'm going to shorten one of these pieces by like 10mm or something, so that we actually pull it into tension and it's a bit easier to fit, but that's not for today. Now it's on.
Okay, the engine's in, but there's still a lot of work to do. We've got to connect the clutch, bleed the clutch, connect the brakes, bleed the brakes. We've got to connect the exhaust manifold as well, and I've also got some spacers courtesy of Martin Kemp from Race Kits as well for the exhaust, just to space it out from this member because it was very close before. I'll test fit it without and see if we can get away without them, but I think we'll need them, and hopefully I've got another exhaust gasket in my box of bits. And then we need to do the water system as well, the radiator, the oil cooler, and then we need to do the electrics, and I need to fit the seat belt, and then we'll be ready for shakedown. So there's still a lot of things to do. The biggest issue I think is going to be the radiator because of all the new suspension bits and bobs. The routing is probably going to have to change, but we'll work that out as we go. Right, I've popped this exhaust in and it's very close to this here. In fact, when I picked up the car, there was some rubber in there, so clearly it had been causing an issue on the chassis. So what I've got is I've got some 5mm spacers which I'm going to pop in with another gasket, and we'll just bring that out by 5mm to move it away from the chassis.
Okay, I got those spacers in there, and it's still almost touching. Oh, it's so close. But it's in there, and it's not moving anywhere. So that 5mm spacer is probably going to be just enough. Well, this exhaust has got a dent in it, just in the pipe, but that'll have to get fixed another day. Well, there's another snag. I'm going to have to chop some more of this floor. Well, I was wondering whether the radiator would clash with suspension. I knew it would be tight, but look at that, we've got plenty of room. I need to think of a mounting system that connects the steering rack up there. I've got 1, 2, and one behind there as well. Hard to see, but there's another one back there, look. That goes to the middle of the car. This one is just clashing with the suspension, and to be honest, it's a bit, I don't think it's needed, but in case it's a problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it off somewhere around here, just leave enough on so that if I do decide to put an extra prong on, this extra one on at a later date, I can just weld something on. But yeah, as you see, so they're clashing with the damper, so it's not going to work for the time being. It needs to be bent and brought round up here somewhere, but it's not long enough. There's nothing to attach it to, so easiest solution, and will probably work, is just to chop it off. The last place it needs to connect is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this angle, this aluminium angle here, and I'm going to get some extra long bolts from the steering rack and put it through basically, and hold that in place and then bolt it basically to that. that is fully in. I've just got to do the pipe work now. I'm running out of light. I've had to order another bolt because that bolt is not long enough, you can see. I had a long enough one for that. But yeah, that's basically now in with that bracket. So, I know there's no light, but I mean that is solid now. That is solid. So, gold. Okay, so now I've got to work out the piping, which doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. I think I might have to get another bend for that one because it's going to clash with the suspension, but I just need to make it a bit taller. It's Tuesday evening. The shakedown's on at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning, so we are cutting it really fine. We've still got a few things we need to sort, but it's not insurmountable. We can still do it. We'll have an early start tomorrow and crack on with it, I think.